Welcome you all students. I come up with a question from development of surface. Let me read out the question first so that you will get what it is being given in the question. Okay. A hexagonal prism edges of base 20 mm and axis 50 mm long rests with its base on HP such that one of its rectangular face is parallel to VP. It's cut by a plane perpendicular to VP inclined at 45 degree to HP and passing through the right corner of the top face of the prism. First case, draw the sectional top view. Draw the second, it is given develop the lateral surface of the truncated prism. Okay, so this is the given question. First of all, take what are the things are given in the question. What about the object? The object is a hexagonal prism. It's a hexagonal prism with the side edge measurement. It is given 20 mm and height of the object is 50 mm. Okay, and then rest with its base. Okay, resting. It is provided with base on HP. Okay, in the development of surface, always all the problems resting will be with the base on HP, no other change. It won't be resting on BP. Okay, always you will get rest with base on HP. Okay, there need not to have any kind of confusions. And next, such that one of its rectangular face, this should be notable. When you are resting rectangular face parallel to VP. Okay, one of its rectangular face should parallel to VP, and cutting plane is given as, or section plane is given as perpendicular to VP and inclined 45 degree to HP. Okay, inclined 45 degree to HP, passing through the right corner of the top face, right corner of top base. It is a notable one. Okay, it is passing through the right corner of the top base. And draw the sectional top view and development of lateral surface of the truncated prism. This is a given question. First of all, start with the reference line XY. Okay, XY. Above it's VP, below it's a horizontal plane HP. Okay, and afterwards, what about the position? It's a hexagon. It has two bases, and these are the lateral faces. That means rectangular faces. Okay, fine. Here comes, it is resting on HP. Take this as HP and vertical board as a VP. So it is being placed at this, like this manner. And when you are placing one of its faces should make parallel with VP. One of its face should be parallel with VP. So see, when you are keeping like this, these are the rectangular faces. Am I right? Rectangular faces. This face should be parallel to VP. So if you keep something like this, that would be the right position. Okay, fine. And for this, first of all, we can get the front view and top view observation. In the top view, true shape will be obtained, and in the front view, the height of the object will be obtained. And next, we shall go to the next condition. Okay, fine. So in the top view, the hexagon. So hexagon position, two manner. I can keep the object something like this, as well I can keep the object like this manner as well. Okay, both the position I can keep. Okay, here the rectangular face is parallel to VP. When you are with such condition parallel to VP, then this would be the right one. If the rectangular faces are perpendicular VP, then this would be the right one. For this question, this would be the right position. Okay, in this manner we are going to form it. So we know the procedure to form the hexagon. First of all, you will be having the edge, okay, 20 mm, and afterwards you will be finding the center by having the measurement. Just you will have the cut mark from each ends and just you will be having the circle with the center, and after that from this you will be cutting the circumference. From this end you will be cutting the circumference. From this end is we will be cutting the circumference. From this end we will be cutting the circumference. So when you are connecting it, we will form the hexagon. So with the circle method, we shall form the hexagon, something like this. Okay. So I hope you know how to make it. Okay. So here in the rough manner, I am going to draw it. Okay. First of all, the very thin line. Then here as well. Then make it like this. You just follow the circular method. It is to draw it on the board. I am doing it like this manner. Okay. When you are doing, we will get the center. We will get the center. Okay. Naturally, you will get center when you are forming the hexagon with circular method. Okay. So it has two bases. So I can give the top bases A, B, C, D, E and F, and bottom base as P, Q, or S, T and U. Okay. Have completed the top view. Now move to the front view trace. So for that you need to take the projector from each and every corners. So this is how the trace will be. So with a thin line you can draw the things first of all. So here the axis height is 50 mm. So here is the center. So just raise your axis up to how much? 50 mm. Okay. Measure it 50 mm and have the top base by having the horizontal line through it. So when you are looking from the front, A, B, C, D will be visible for the top. A dash, B dash, C dash, D dash will be visible on. E and F will be invisible. E invisible and F it is invisible. What about the bottom base? P, Q, R and S is visible. P, Q, R and S is visible. What is invisible? T and U invisible. Nearby R, T dash and nearby Q, U dash inside the bracket. It's a invisible. Okay. So now I have drawn the true shape on the top view and the front view. Okay. So here, without going into the condition of cutting plane, let me try to develop the surface, lateral surface of the hexagon first. Okay. Fine. So now in order to draw it, I gonna extend my reference line HY. Okay, let it be. Developments. What do you mean by developments? We consider the object as a hollow and just we cut at the left extreme. Okay, left extreme, and afterwards from the rear side we used to stretch it off. Am I right? We used to stretch it off on a plane. So at that time, for a hexagonal prism, when you are having a cut at the left extreme and from the rear side, if you stretch it out on a plane, you could able to get the rectangular face. Am I right? You will get the rectangular face with respect to the side. Here it is a hexagon, so you could able to see 6 rectangular face. Okay. So when you are having the cut and stretching it off, you will get a length of rectangle will be equal to the perimeter. Equal to the perimeter. So what is the perimeter? Formula for hexagonal prism. 6. It has 6 sides. So 6 into this side. So that here you will get, it is 20 mm. So 6 into 20, we get 120 mm length. Okay. So here it is easy to construct the rectangular stretch out that lateral surface. It is easy. Just extend the HY line. Afterwards, by getting the reference from the top base, we will do it. Okay. So for that, take the reference from the top base, have a horizontal line. Horizontal line. Okay, have a horizontal line, and then just have a vertical line some distance ahead from the object. Okay, this is the one end or the lateral edge. Okay, just have a line. So we know when you are stretching it off, we get 6 rectangular face. Am I right? 6 rectangular face. So just take the measurement from the top base, which is 20 mm side, right? Take 20 mm in your compass and just have a cut from this end. Have a cut. With respect to the end, just go for a construction of 6 rectangular face by having 6 cut. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and again one more we needed, right? One more we need. So go for the cut. So here you will get, right? This is how the lines are. Afterwards, from this have the perpendicular line, 90-degree line. From each and every cut point, have a perpendicular line. See? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We got 6 rectangular face. When you are cutting at the left extreme and when you are stretching it off, we get a rectangular face with respect to the number of sides. Here it's a hexagonal prism, so we got the 6 rectangular face. Okay, so I can say, since it is A, I can note it as A. It is a stretched off on a plane, so it will be in the series. So A, B, C, D, E, F, and again it end with A. Okay, for the top base, start with A and end with A, because cutting at the same portion, so starting and ending will be the same notation. And here the bottom base concern P, Q, R, S, T, U, and again with what? P, ends with P. It needs to give the notations in the capital letter. Okay, then this is the lateral surface development for the simple hexagonal prism. But this is not our exact parts asked in the question. The sectional top view and the development of lateral surface for the truncated prism. We need to form for the truncated prism. So we shall place the cutting plane now. After forming it, we shall place the cutting plane now. Till now, you should not make any lines as a dot. It should be a very thin line. Okay, cutting plane. What's the condition for the cutting plane? Cutting plane is perpendicular to VP and inclined 45 degree to HP. Okay, so inclined 45 degree to HP, inclined to HP and perpendicular to VP. This is how the cutting plane is placed. But the condition is it is passing through, cutting plane passing through the right corner of the top face, right corner of the top base. Okay, top base or face, both are same. Top corner of the right corner of the top base. So this is how the actual position of the cutting plane, but it should pass through the right corner, right in the sense this is right, this is left for us. Am I right? So in the top base, it should pass us through the right corner. So this is how the position of the cutting plane is being placed. Okay. So in order to obtain here, I am going to keep the protractor on the corner of top face D dash. Okay, measure 45 degree and just have a cutting plane. Pass a cutting plane. That means long line dot, long line dot, long line dot, long line dot, long line dot. They ends with the dark lines. Okay, it comes like this manner. Okay, fine. We know when the cutting plane influence the object, the portion between the cutting plane and the observer is the removed one. And this is the portion which is remained portion or remaining portion between the cutting plane and the reference line. It's the remaining portion. So when you are cutting it, it forms the truncated hexagonal prism. So go with the dark lines. It's a top base. It's a new top base, okay? Top face or top base, both are right. Go for dark lines. This is as well dark, this is as well dark. And intermediate, this edge is a dark one. And this edge is a dark one. Make it as a dark. Now we completed. Now we shall give the names for the cutting plane. Here in the edge, longer edge, A to P dash, there is a cut. I am going to give this as 1 dash. Here we have two longer edges. One is the visible one is invisible. For visible one, 2 dash. Invisible one, just make a bracket. Next here, 3 2 or it's a C2 or it's a visible one. So for that, I am going to make 3 dash. And next, invisible E2, T, there is an edge. So for that, I am going to open the bracket. And see, at the corner, we have an edge D dash to S dash. There we will get only one cutting point, which I am going to name as 4. It's not a base, it is passing through the corner. So there would be only one cutting point. If it influence on the base, there will be 2 cutting points. Here it is 1. It's a 4 dash. And come in return to mark all the invisible edges. 1, 2, 3, 4. So it will be 5 dash. This would be 6 dash. Now the front view over. Our question is, draw the sectional top view. Sectional top view. How will you draw the sectional top view? If you take the projector from the front view and mark it on the top, you get the sectional top view, right? So first point, take the projector and just having it. The first point is between A to P1, A to P dash. So A to P dash, it is intersecting at this point, this is 1. 2, it is between B to Q. Where is B to Q? We take the projector, we get here, this would be 2. And where is 6? Where is 6? It is between F and U. Where is F and U? The projector, here it is F and U. So here it intersects, so this would be 6. And 3, it is between C2 or in the projector. Here you will get 3. There is 5 between E2 T, E2 T. So here it is. So in this particular place, you get 5. When you get the projector, it is on D. So you will get here on D 4. Correct? So all the noted point to be drawn with a dark line one another, so that you get the sectional top view. Sectional top view. This is a sectional top view. So make us a hatch. Hatching, we know that all the inclined lines are with 45-degree inclination, and we have to make the equal gap between it. So here it is preferred 3 mm. Okay, fine. And next, for this truncated prism, we need to form the surface, lateral surface for the truncated prism. So this portion we need to develop it. It is easy, half of the work is completed. Now what we have to do is, from the cutting point, we need to take the projector and we need to intersect with the respective longer edges, so that we can able to identify the lateral surface for a truncated prism. Okay, so here is the one. It is between A to P. A to P is here. Take the projector. So here you will get, this is the 1. And next 2, where it is between B and Q. B and Q is here. Take the projector. Very good horizontal line. So here is 2. Where is 3? Between C2R. C2R is here. Take the projector. Horizontal line. So this would be your 3. Where is 4? Here is 4. I am right. Here is 4. Between D to S. Between D to S. If we take it at this particular point on the D, we get 4. Okay. We can differentiate it. This is 1 1. This is 2 1. This is 3 1. This is 4 1. Since we have noted here 1 2 3. Okay. We are giving 1 1 2 1 3 1 and 4 1. And next, go to the fifth one. Take the projector. Where it is actually located? It is between 3 to T. Am I right? 3 to T. Take the projector E to T. So here we get the fifth one. Fifth one. Next, where is 6? Between F to U. F to U. Already the projector is taken. Extend it to the F to U. So intersection is here. So this would be your 6. 6. And next, 1. 1. Again it comes. Am I right? A and P edge is there. So take it, intersect with the same edge A to P. So you get 1, 1. 6, 1. This one, 5, 1. We got all the points. Now connect all the points one to another with the dark lines with a scale. 1 to 2, 2 to 3, 3 to 4, 4 to 5, 5 to 6, 6 to again 1. Then when you are having its boundary of the truncated object will be visible to you. So make the boundary of the lateral truncated prism as a dark one, and in between there is a edges. So you have to make in between the longer edges on the portion of remaining portion. You need to make as a dark line. As a dark line. Okay. So we have completed it. Okay. So afterwards you need to capture the measurement. Okay. In the top view we can make the side measurement. So side is with 20, for which take the things like this and write above it 20 mm. And next, axis height is being provided. So for that, take the axis dimension line parallel to the axis and write above the line 50. Above the line 50. And next, the inclination of cutting plane is 45 degree. So here you can make 45 degree, something like this. Okay, any other things need to shown here. Each of the sides we have taken the reference of the base side. Here we shall note it down. This with 20 mm. Okay, at the bottom open the guideline and write all dimensions are in mm. All dimensions are in mm. And also you can write about the scale. Here we have used the true scale, so we can write scale 1:1. Okay, so this is how we need to work when you are having such kind of conditions. Okay, I hope you understood how to make it, how to stretch out it. Okay, thank you so much.